Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through the Richmond versus Port Adelaide game, in which Richmond were up at halftime. They're up, I think, 11 points, 50-39, but in the last couple of quarters, Port just ran away with it. And Port ran out 30-point winners in the end, 122-92. So, yeah, nothing really to write home about this game. I mean, we saw Butters and Rosie do their usual dominance, and for Richmond, it looked like, their total score of between them of 12.57, another really low one. And yeah, they just look like the team to target the matchup against this year. Them, North and West Coast, they all look like they have a 130 type of scorer that could potentially go there. So yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking about Richmond, and not really looking at any of the Richmond guys to target. But before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. So Baker, 105. 3 goals, so I'm not really looking at him, to be honest with you. Just think it's an outlier performance, and at 630k, you sort of want those guys that are going to be, especially in the forward line this year, going to be top of the line. Taranto, 96. Yeah, he did what he does, but didn't really get that big score, and is only averaging, 80 for the year or something, so not really worried about him. Nank, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up 100 against the Swans, but I wouldn't be surprised also if Brodie Grundy puts up 110 on him. As we look here and we see here, whereas Soldo only put up a 59 on the likes of Nank, but he did play West Coast the previous week and put up 98. So yeah, we'll see how Brodie Grundy goes, but I reckon Brodie Grundy's in for a big game against Nank. Bolton, 89, Ross, 87, Short, 77, so just again showing that Short wasn't the man to go to after that one score that he had. I think it was maybe 100 or something like that in round 0 or whatever. He didn't score well. He hasn't scored well this year. Mansell, 75, he did alright, but then again, you look at it and he scored 2 goals to get there, 2 goals, 1 to get there, and a lot of his scoring was non-disposal work. Dan Rioli, 71, 17, 38, 8 and 8, so he did all well. Then again, he didn't really do anything, that's the thing, and he kicked a goal as well to get there. So a lot of these Richmond guys that are high scorers, I say high scorers, but the highest scorers out of the side just kicked a goal to get to it. Floston, 61, again, another one of Richmond's top guys that has just underperformed yet again. And then we get down to Seth Campbell here, who made 57 in the end. Really wish he kicked on to sort of that 70 score. 70, 75 would have been really helpful with cash generation. And that would have almost got him up to 400k range, where I'm struggling to see if he really needs sort of an 80 game in the next week or two to really get towards that 400k. But he's still been a decent investment at 200k to get to 313, I believe he is now, with a 2 break even. He should surely be able to push towards that sort of 360, 370k. And then we can cash him out and use him as part of upgrade season. Martin, 56, he's been horrific. He looks past it. Bolter, 54. Thomas Dow, 46, not really been relevant. It just seems that their midfield mix is just completely off, and they're getting dominated in that space. Miller, 44, Brown, 43, Trezise, 39, not really anything to look at there. McIntosh, 34, Pickett, Grimes, Leofau, I believe, did he start as sub or whatever? I swear he was going to start as sub maybe or whatever, but maybe there was a late change. Yeah, he didn't do anything as a rookie. Lynch, again, just went absolutely quiet, had a goal early, and then did a goal in the first 56 seconds of the game. And then, did nothing after that, basically. Gave away 2 free kicks in the end and only got a 18. Banks subbed out, as well as Clark there as well. And then you have Rioli, who did nothing for some reason. I'm so confused about this. I don't know how you go a whole game and score 0, honestly, but I just want to check on another app if he actually went the whole game and scored 0, because that would be super poor. Nope, he was not involved in the game. So that was probably the late out that caused Leofau to go on field and or onto the interchange bench, and Judson Clark to be the sub, is what I'm thinking actually occurred. Then we go to Port Adelaide, and as you can see here, Butters 117, absolutely huge. A 12-point last quarter, a little bit annoying, but just shows that in the 2 weeks that we've had of him, he's gone at 112 with a 107 and a 117. Yes, 2 easy matchups, but we'll see how he goes in the tougher matchups. Rosie 116. Really wish I'd gone Rosie, Butters, and Crouch. That was the better combo out of all of them, rather than Wines. So yeah, really, really happy with Butters. A little bit annoyed that I missed Rosie, and that's probably going to be the story of my season. It looks like being 1 week behind in everything. Because yeah, I've had injury after injury in the same line and haven't been able to fix up any of my other lines. But yeah, Butters, Rosie, they did really well. Rosie came home pretty strongly to pretty much match Butters. Would have liked to have seen him drop a little bit more, as I believe he's now averaging 114, 115, Rosie. He may even be around that 116 marker as well. Was he 113.5? So he's a little bit better than Butters, but as you can see with him, he has in general gone up only 10k, whereas Butters has gone up 18k. So just showing that Butters in terms of value was actually a better investment, because he's going effectively 3.5 points better if you wanted them if they were effectively the same price. So yeah, he's cut into the Rosie having a better starting price. A more expensive starting price. He's cut into it by 3.5 points a game or whatever. Drew 109, he did really well. Farrell 108, Marshall 100. He kicked them. What did he do? 2 behind, 2 goals, and then the last quarter 4 goals 2. It looks like. So yeah, 4 goals 2 is obviously going to get you quite a lot of non-disposal points alongside the marks that he took, and got to a clean 100. Houston didn't really like his inconsistency, and that seems to be showing a 94 here. And then Wines, I put a piece up saying that I don't think he'd be valuable, and it seems like that was the case. An 88 for him seems like he did all right, but then again, it took a massive last quarter for him to get up to that marker anyway. So I'm not too worried about Wines in the bigger matchups. I think he'll be a perennial sort of 80-85 guy nowadays. Burton 83, Bergman 78, Finlayson 72, Charlie Dixon 72, Mead 69, just good cash gen out of him, but not really relevant. Burn Jones, Soldo, really showing that he's an alright ruck, but not really going to do much outside of that. Would have much rather them start Sweet, as I think that would have helped a lot of things out. Probably Evans, fancy-wise, to be honest. Burgoyne Boak in his 350th really didn't do too much, but I mean, they got the win, so who cares in the end. Alira, Zerk Thatcher, Radigalia, Jones, Rioli, and Williams came on as the sub. Another short recap, because again, Richmond don't have any rookies other than Seth Campbell. And then you also look at Port this year. Where are the rookies? Their lowest break even is Mead on 37, and he's no relevance there. And then the top liners, well, Richmond sucks, so they're not going to have any top liners. And then you've got Butters and Rosie, basically. So you've got Butters, Rosie, Houston, and Wines that we're looking at out of this whole game. No one else is really relevant at all. So it just shows you, it felt like last year there was a lot more relevant in players, whereas because there's different timelines with round 0 guys and round 1 guys, that the teams that played round 0 and teams that started in round 1, it seems like there isn't too much relevance across the board, and there's only like 3 or 4 guys that are relevant in each game, and that really speaks to the fact that there's probably only about 40-45 relevant guys in the whole fantasy cycle at the moment, which really I find quite annoying, because it really means that it's sort of the same guys that we talk about each and every week. So yeah, I would like to have seen potentially more debuts and stuff like that, and because we've really only had 10, 12, 15 debuts, and 4 or 5 of them have been key defenders, key forwards, so it really hasn't been the running backs. We haven't got any running backs, half backs, or anything like that. And you know what's going to happen. They're going to get one game at the end of the season, like an Archie Roberts and a Layla Weefy. I think not the other Essendon guy, the other Essendon halfback. They're going to get one game, they're going to score a 50, and their price is going to be ruined, is what's going to happen. Because it seems to happen every year with at least a couple, but it seems like there will be quite a lot this year that get 1 or 2 games late, and they won't score particularly well. We do need the Gold Coast guys to come in, the Will Graham and stuff like that, to come in and play a couple games, because they're madly needed, those type of halfbacks and defenders and just other rookies to come through, because the rookies this week don't think they really did anything. No one was really fancy relevant that was a rookie this week, sorry. But hopefully we get some next week, and I guess I'll see you guys in the last game of the round, the West Coast versus GWS recap. Bye, guys.